Alright. Alright, well, hello and thank you for coming to my presentation. Courtney, who's here in person, and my mom and dad, who are joining us by video call. So I will be presenting a business idea that we are going to call Drake's Deli. This business it's going to be called Drake's Deli. It is a fast food restaurant that focuses more on high-end sandwiches and things like that. Now, looking first at our industry, this is referred to as fast service food, or fast food for short, and it's actually a growing industry for the United States. Looking from 2010 to present, we've seen total sales in the United States jump from 190 billion nationwide in 2010 to in 2019 273 billion, and so far during just the first 3 quarters of 2020, even with COVID and all the craziness that it's brought, we've seen approximately 239 billion nationwide in sales. So we definitely have a large and growing industry. And looking at what will probably be the closest competitor, the company that most closely resembles what we do, Panera Bread, we have, just in short, their financials from 2013 to 2015. And what we see for Panera Bread is that their revenues have been increasing all 3 years. Now, unfortunately, our competitor, Panera, having a little bit of difficulty controlling the expenses, and so despite raising revenue, we are seeing decreasing profit, with net income in 2013 of 312 million, 2014 277 million, and 2015 236 million. But I think we can avoid this problem here of the rising expenses and better control to produce better profit. So now, looking at Drake's Deli, what makes us unique? What are we selling? What are we doing? And with that, I want to introduce you to what we'll call the concept of the 4 S's. These represent our 4 flagship products, the 4 things that we want to be known for on our menu. And these are soups, salads, sandwiches, and smoothies. And this 4th S here is where we're really going to differentiate our business. The soup, the salad, the sandwich, most of our competitors, most everyone who does a deli sandwich type store has some variation of these 3 products. And Panera Bread really does these 3 products well. But the smoothie part, being able to get a delicious cold fruit smoothie with your meal, here is where our competitors have not really tapped the market. So we are going to be adding these to our menu and differentiating ourselves through these products with 6 flavors to start off with: blueberry, strawberry, banana, strawberry kiwi, and pina colada. Now, this menu is open to expansion, to growth, but this is going to be our starting point for smoothies. So what is our plan for growing this business, establishing this business? Of course, we're just starting off, so we're going to start off with 1 location right here in Marion with plans to grow. Now, The bypass, the I-69 exits, and downtown. The bypass, this is the main road that goes through Marion. It's also the main heart of Marion's retail district. It's where a lot of our fast food and restaurants we see are currently in existence. The benefit here being that this is where people tend to go when they're looking for something to eat, but the downside is expenses. Being that it's such a popular location, it's one of the more expensive locations here in town. The exits. We have Interstate 69 that goes past the city of Marion, and we have exits in Marion and our next door neighbor of Gas City. The other option that we are looking at is opening up near one of these exits. The plus being that we can get the interstate traffic, the interstate travel. The downside, though, is that that market's more of a revolving door, and it's going to make it a little bit harder to get that repeat business. Then the third option we are exploring is the downtown square. Right now there is a lot of effort and focus on bringing businesses into the downtown area for Marion. And as such, there are currently tax benefits and other financial incentives for businesses to open in the downtown locations. And so, we're wanting, of the three spots, this is where we're figuring we will go for our first location. The downtown square, where we'll also have access to a lot of the lawyers and business people who operate down in the downtown square and would be our ideal target market. So this will be our first location. Now eventually we would like to also have locations on the bypass and on the exits. So eventually we want to get all three of these locations hit. But we're going to start off with downtown. And then from there, focus on building a home base, kind of a center cluster where we've got a strong control on the market. And we've got listed here some of the potential future locations, including Gas City, Huntington, Alexandria, Hartford City, and Kokomo. Now, of all these places, though, the ones that will be the most important in our expansion plan are Alexandria and Kokomo. Why are these two cities so important in our expansion plan? Experimentation reasons. Part of our plan for continued growth is also to eventually have three styles of locations: Express, Standard, and Deluxe. Now our first location will be a standard location. This is what most of our stores are going to offer. The basics, seating areas, etc. The Express locations, though, are more of a slimmed down, basic, get them in, get them out kind of locations, focusing more on being cost efficient and being able to operate profitably without necessarily needing a huge market base. And then the Deluxe locations, these are the locations that have everything. The whole bells, all the whistles, everything. And so Alexandria and Kokomo will become important because here's where we're going to experiment with the other two location forms. Alexandria, it's a county seat, but it's smaller town, So here's where we're going to experiment with the express location, see what works, what doesn't work. Kokomo is a larger city, and it's known for being a big retail hub. Therefore, in Kokomo is where we're going to experiment with the deluxe location and try and see what works, what doesn't work. Continuing our expansion plan, once we have this home base, our next phase is to begin expanding along the I-69 corridor between the cities of Fort Wayne and Indianapolis. Now, going down towards Indianapolis, we have a lot more money, a lot more population. Therefore, we're going to focus a bit more on standard and deluxe locations that are going to be fairly profitable. Going down through cities like Muncie, Anderson, Noblesville, Carmel, Fishers, and just kind of working our way towards Indianapolis. Now, at the same time, we're going south towards Indianapolis, focusing on more standard and deluxe size locations. We'll also be working our way north towards Fort Wayne, focusing more on express locations as the territory between Marion and Fort Wayne is a little more rural, and we'll be focusing more on the county seats. And once we hit the cities of Fort Wayne, here's where we plan on eventually offering franchise opportunities to other investors who want to open their own locations. And our plan is to begin expanding along the different interstates. One of the nice things about Indiana is we've got a lot of interstates, a lot of U.S. highways that pass through here, and a lot of traffic that pass through here. Gives us an easy route and pathway to shoot for expansion along roads like I-70, I-80, I-90, 69, 65, 74, and growing. And our end goal is to become a regional favorite, especially in southern Michigan, northwestern Ohio, and northern Indiana. So that is our plan for Drake's Deli, what we want to do, how we want to expand. Any questions?
Are there questions, something I can just ask you, or do I need to submit them in writing? Your mom said something about writing.
Well, he's gonna give us an evaluation sheet we have to fill out. Drake?
Yeah, go ahead and ask questions now, and I'll answer.
Okay, well, you say you want to have express and standard and deluxe locations, and you say you're going to start in downtown Marion?
And expand out.
Correctly?
Yeah.
Which kind, the standard?
Standard, yes. The first location will be a standard. And then Alexandria.
Sandwiches?
I'm sorry?
What type of sandwiches are you offering? I don't think you mentioned that. Are they
Oh.
hamburgers, are they deli sandwiches, or lunch meats?
We are deli sandwiches and panini type sandwiches. So,
Okay.
you know, like a sub, wedge sandwich with deli lunch meat, maybe a buffalo chicken grilled sandwich, things like that.
Okay. Do you have an estimate as to startup costs?
No, unfortunately.
Oh. Okay.
Standard. Now, with the fast food franchise are a pretty wide range, going from as little as $90,000 to as much as $2.5 million. But
Yes, but that's also buying the right to the name, we don't need to do that.
well, that's right to the name, that's equipment, that's initial inventory, that's the whole ball of wax. But
Do you have, I know you want to put a downtown square, do you already have a location in mind that's available, or?
yes, there's
Started out location?
there is an empty storefront on Washington Street right across from the Grant County Courthouse. Trying to remember the name of the building. But there is a
Squares and things, okay.
Now, here's a thought that I wanted to run past you on this. You're comparing yourself with Panera Bread, and now Panera, they're at least the niche that they're trying to fill is the healthy, healthy food, but they really are more known for preparing things fresh. Yet, when it comes down to it, there's always a danger of being compared more with Subway than with Panera Bread.
yes.
With a deli. And if you get compared with Subway, well then customers are going to be expecting Subway prices. And not only that, but they're going to look at you as, part of the Quiznos, Firehouse, Subway, competition realm. You're wanting to be more known for your smoothies than anything else. And that kind of makes me think of Culver's, which, really is, although it has Butterburgers and that's one of their standouts, they're really more known for the frozen custard. And I guess what I'm wondering here is, because you're looking to differentiate yourself somehow, how do you have in mind to keep from being compared with a chain that you don't intend to be compared with, and to continually stand out from them, while at the same time trying to either measure up to Panera or surpass them in a reputation for having fresh and healthy food?
Yes. So a big part of that is how we market ourselves, how we advertise ourselves. So we're going to develop a marketing plan that focuses on image and having that high-end kind of look. And yes, we're also going to try and go after the healthy food market, the healthy eating image. Of course, with our sandwiches, our soups, and our salad. And the smoothies go into that as well. Smoothies, yeah, they're a little bit similar to milkshakes, like what you would get at Chick-fil-A or Culver's. But where smoothies are different is they're not dairy-based, rich drink. It's fruit. And so that gives us an opportunity to work that health food kind of angle, because we're selling you something that's not fattening, not heavy and rich. We're selling you something that's made from fruit, that's delicious and sweet, but also at the same time healthy and good for you.
Okay, so you're steering away from soda and other standard go-to drinks?
Yes, we'll still have some other kinds of drink options for people who aren't really interested in smoothies. But in our marketing and our advertising, we're wanting to focus here on the smoothies and on the healthier drinks and kind of steer away, not pay as much attention to things like sodas and sugary, what you're typically used to from a fast food chain.
Okay, you're planning your first, store restaurant across from the courthouse, and you're hoping to get a lot of lawyers and that kind of traffic. They drink coffee because they're in a hurry. How are the smoothies going? We lost you.
You shouldn't have.
How are the smoothies going to attract the customer that you're trying to attract? I mean, if you're trying to attract mostly the local, how will the smoothies attract them? Are you serving coffee? Offering coffee?
Right now, that's not really part of the plan.
Okay.
Again, the thought process was more, they're going on lunch break and they're looking for a place to grab lunch, or they're getting off work and they're looking for a place to grab dinner on the way home. When they leave the courthouse, when they leave their businesses, boom, we're right there. And being professionals, they're more likely to find that high-end pitch, that high-end look appealing than necessarily your typical standard average blue-collar Joe. So that was kind of the thought process behind targeting them and being on the town square. You get them while they're on their lunch break or while they are heading home. When they have a little bit more time and they're looking to get more of a substantial meal than necessarily just a coffee on the go.
Okay, your smoothies are what is your biggest attraction. That's what you're really going to be marketing on. But what about in the winter time when people don't want cold ice cream like drinks? Do you think that will be an issue in Marion where you do get a lot of cold and snow?
We probably will see a little seasonal fluctuation, but in addition to the smoothies, we also have soup that's hot, and some of our sandwich options are grilled, so that's also hot.
Okay.
So, while you do raise a valid concern, why would someone want a smoothie in wintertime? We have other products that kind of balance that out.
You also have the issue of fruit that is not in season in the wintertime, and it will raise your costs considerably.
That is true, but what we'll do is we'll take that into consideration when determining our pricing structure. So our pricing structure will be based off of an averaged cost over the course of the whole year, rather necessarily the cost of fruit at any one given point in time.
Okay.
You're going to be in the downtown area with your flagship store. Have you considered delivery as part of your offering, since you're looking to attract customers in the immediate vicinity, and sometimes judges and lawyers can't afford to take a lunch break and need to have their lunch at the office and continue to work?
easy answer to that, and that's DoorDash. DoorDash already exists in the Marion Gas City area, and so all we would need to do would be to get our business registered with the app, with the company, and people can order to go like that, simple and easy.
Okay, so you're saying no delivery?
No, I'm saying yes, delivery. And
Oh,
DoorDash, yes.
Courtney was giving us a tour of the room, and I couldn't quite understand what you were saying.
No, you're fine. But yes, DoorDash. DoorDash already exists, already does business in Marion and Gas City. Therefore, all we would need to do would be to register our restaurant with the DoorDash company, and like that, we can offer delivery service.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
I can't think of any.
Are you looking to pull your staff mostly from the young adult and teen employment market, or are you looking for a more mature worker?
Probably largely from the young adult teen market. That's fairly typical for the industry. Now, of course, qualified worker shows up at the front door, wants a job, and we got an open position. We're not going to tell them no. But that's where we're going to be kind of focusing on.
Okay. Now, you said earlier that you were going to solve some of your perception issues using marketing or branding. How are you looking to brand the store as far as its appearance? Are you going to appear to be a standard deli with meat behind a counter getting shaved while they wait? Or are you going to brand yourself more like Panera, looking like a little bit more of a high-class restaurant?
We're going to brand ourselves closer to Panera, trying to have more of a high-class restaurant appearance or image.
Okay, so you're really not looking to appeal to the common sense type person, but more to the person who wants to be viewed as having the financial ability to shop at, say, Whole Foods or Wegmans or one of the higher cost groceries or food sources.
Correct.
Okay.
Will you be open on Sunday?
No, not open on Sunday.
And how will that affect your business? I mean, is Sunday a big day in that area? The stores are probably closed, aren't they? So a lot of your traffic won't even be available on Sunday anyway, or is that a big busy day for that part of
Yeah.
town?
Now, well, Sunday's always going to be a busy day for the retail fast food industry, but number one being,
Not considering yourself fast food.
yeah, well, it still falls into that industry category, even if this is how we're marketing ourselves. But anyway, now downtown on the square, Sunday's not going to be as big as it might be out on the bypass, because again, the city government stuff, for the most part, shut down. The only people that are up and operating are the police. But also part of the decision is, of course, this is a Christian-owned and run company. As such, we need to be closed down on Sunday even going just 6 days a week. Any other questions? If not,
I think I've asked all that I can think of.
I've asked all I can think of.
alright, well, if not, thank you for your time, and I will get those evaluations forms to you. And again, thank you for your consideration.